This is Bedtime Stories, Grownup Edition, Concrete Jungle, Part 18. When we left off, Angela headed home to read letter number 7 from Q. And if you've seen the bonus episode, then you know how that went. LJ has spilled all of the tea to Q. Over dinner, after preparing the St. James cabin for Veronica and Donovan's trip. Saturday afternoon, LJ and Q were posted up in the nearby cabin that they were renting, surveying the St. James cabin and the surrounding area, while getting updates from Donovan and Veronica, who were both on their way to the cabin separately. Donovan arrived at the cabin shortly before Veronica. He checked in with his brother to make sure that everything was copacetic, and then he got comfortable. When Veronica pulled up outside, he went out to her car to help her with her bags, and as expected, she had the attitude of a lifetime. Donovan said, "What the hell is your damn problem? I'm here to help you. Least you could do is be grateful and cordial." Veronica said, "This is as good as it gets. I didn't ask for your help. That was your brother's doing." Donovan asked, "Well, what's the problem? We might as well just go on and hash it out. Who knows how long we're going to be here together or what's going to happen." Veronica asked, "Q didn't clue you in on the plan?" Donovan said, "Of course he did, but we don't have any way to guarantee what's going to happen when. Don't worry, you're safe." Veronica said, "I'd feel much safer if Q was here." Donovan said, "Word? Oh, let me guess. You still salty because you didn't get that grade A St. James D, huh?" Veronica said, "I am not going to let you keep disrespecting me, Donovan. You got what you wanted, and then you ghosted me. You don't get to keep judging me for moving on with my life." Donovan said, "Ghosted you? Oh, that's the story you've been telling yourself? Okay, baby girl. The way I see it, you use me for entertainment and orgasms, thinking that would help you get over your jailbird boyfriend. You damn right. When I realized what was really up, I left you the hell alone." Veronica asked, "Is that what you thought? So it never occurred to you that I might have been going through a lot?" I had just found out that the man I'd been with for several years was not only a criminal, but was using my business to launder money and run a criminal enterprise. And to put the icing on the cake, I was facing a RICO charge for crimes I knew nothing about. Yeah, I was a little distressed and a little distracted. Donovan asked, "Well, how the hell was I supposed to know what was going on? You didn't tell me a damn thing." Veronica said, "And you didn't ask a damn thing. The only time you ever bothered to contact me was when you needed a trophy on your arm and a bad in your bed. And that's where you're wrong. I ain't never needed a woman for nothing. And if I needed one on my arm or in my bed, I could get any woman I want. Have you seen me? I was with you because I liked you, Nikki," Donovan said. Veronica said, "Don't call me that. We not friends." Donovan said, "We could have been. We should have been." Veronica said, "That would have required you actually taking the time to get to know me, and you didn't." Donovan said, "But I wanted to, and I tried. You just didn't notice. By your own account, you was distracted, remember?" Veronica said, "Well, what's it going to be? Is that going to be water under the bridge or what? Because I'm not going back and forth with you all weekend. Like you said, we don't know how long this is going to take, what's going to happen, or when. I'm not doing this with you, Donovan." Then she walked away, grabbed her bag, stormed into the master bedroom, closed the door, and started unpacking. Donovan walked into the kitchen, opened up the refrigerator, and started taking ingredients out for his famous jerk chicken pasta. Meanwhile, Regina is on the phone with Angela. "Hey, best friend, I just landed in Dallas. I'm getting ready to check into my hotel, and then I'm about to swing by Tracy's house just to check on her, see how she's doing, and discuss some things with her." Angela said, "Really? I thought you weren't getting there until Monday." Regina said, "No, LJ asked me to come in today. He got something going on, and he needs me to be on tap for a couple of things, so I'm going to do that with him this weekend, and we'll probably go by the Salvation Center of Dallas tomorrow and check out their service in the morning." Angela said, "Really? That's good to hear. Tell Corey, that I said hello. Oh, and while you're there, I want you to see if you can get the feels on Deacon Davis." Regina said, "Deacon Davis? Who is that?" Angela said, He's somebody that I met when I visited the church when you and I were there. He's been sending messages through Corey, and I'm just trying to see if you can pick up. Regina said, "Oh, I get it. I know where this is going. You want to see what kind of vibe I get from him. I got it. I got you. Don't worry about it." The two ladies talked shop for a couple of more minutes, and then they got off the phone when Regina pulled up outside of Tracy and Deuce's house. Inside, Deuce greeted Regina and said, "Listen, I don't know how much LJ has told you about what's going on." Regina interrupted him by saying, "Oh, I'm fully aware. I know everything that's going on." Deuce said, "Good, good. So he's been doing security for my wife, but since he's at the cabin with Q, I'm here with her, but I'm not going to be able to stay all day because I actually work tonight. Now, I know that Q has a PI stationed outside, but I would feel so much more comfortable if I knew that one of y'all were inside with her. Am I asking too much?" "Of course not," Regina said. "That's actually why I'm here early. I wasn't supposed to be here until Monday. But I also want to talk with Tracy about being our realtor because we're thinking about moving to Dallas." Deuce said, "That's what's up. I'm sure she'll enjoy that. She needs to be focused on anything other than this situation. Our baby is due in a matter of months, and the doctors have said that we still have a few weeks to go before it would be safe for her to deliver, and she doesn't need this stress." Regina said, "Don't worry, bro, I got you." Deuce led Regina to the bedroom where Tracy was positioned for the foreseeable future. The two ladies greeted one another, and then they began discussing Regina's plans for the move to Dallas and what her needs were. Tracy started pulling up properties, and then Tracy said to Regina, "You know, the only way you're going to actually be able to see them is if Veronica takes you around because I'm on bed rest." And with this whole situation, Regina said, "Girl, don't worry about it. Don't even get yourself worked up. It will happen. For now, let's just look at the options and talk about how we can make this happen. No worries." As the two ladies continued talking about the houses and options, Tracy made a segue back to the situation and Veronica. When she told Regina about how Q took Veronica to the Mansion restaurant, one of the most expensive high-class restaurants in Dallas, Regina started wondering. With Q taking women on dates like that, and Angela asking about Deacon Davis, were they both starting to move in a different direction? At the cabin, Donovan put his meal in the oven, headed to the master bedroom, disrobed, and jumped in the shower. Meanwhile, Veronica was sitting in the living room reading a book. Suddenly, Veronica was startled. She got a text message on her phone, and the blinds on the window in the living room started closing by themselves. When she looked down at her text message, she had a text from Q saying, "I'm closing the blinds. Someone's looking inside." Right before she went to get up, she got another text that said, "Don't get up. Remain calm. Business as usual." Leaning back in the chair, her heart was racing, and she texted back, "This is scary." Donovan walked back out of the room wrapped in a towel and said, "It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Go have a seat in the dining room, and I'll be there shortly." Veronica looked up, seeing water glistening all over Donovan's chest, water running down his legs, while he had the towel wrapped around him, barely covering what she knew was being concealed underneath. She slowly stood up and walked into the dining room. Donovan dried himself off, moisturized his body, threw on some clothes to be more comfortable, and then joined Veronica in the dining room. Walking up behind her, he wrapped his arms around her and said in her ear, "Relax. You're going to have to be as natural as possible. We're going to have to act like this is a romantic getaway, like we're a couple, happy to be here together. So get up, help me set the table, bring the food and drinks in here, and then we're going to eat our meal. We're going to laugh and talk and enjoy our evening." He kissed her on the temple, helped her up out of the chair, walked her into the kitchen, and they proceeded with the plan. As they ate, Donovan asked Veronica questions about her life and her childhood and college and her dreams, and he shared details about his childhood growing up as the middle child with the big brother who could do no wrong, being the rebel or black sheep of the family, having a little sister who was born deaf, and always feeling like he was living in his older brother and his younger sister's shadow. Their dinner conversation opened Veronica's mind up to who Donovan really was and allowed Donovan to get a better idea of who Veronica was. After their meal, they walked into the game room where they racked the pool table and started playing pool. Donovan walked up behind Veronica, showing her how to hold the pool cue. And after she hit her first ball into her first hole, he spinned her around and whispered, "Can we start over, baby?" Veronica said, "I don't know, And before she could finish, Donovan laid his lips on her lips, wrapped his arms around her, and kissed her passionately. He picked her up, carried her into the master bedroom, laid her on the bed, turned out the light, turned on some seductive music that started playing in the surround system throughout the cabin. At that same time, a man was picking the lock on the cabin's back door. He crept through the house to the master bedroom door, and as soon as he got it open and stepped through, the lights came on, and he felt the barrel of a cold piece of steel pressed to the back of his head, and a man say, "Put your hands up where I can see them." When he looked around the room, Donovan was standing by the bed, holding a pistol aimed at his forehead, and Veronica was nowhere in sight. A third man stepped out of the shadows of the master bathroom door, walked up, disarmed him, and placed Casey in handcuffs. Caught red-handed, breaking and entering, carrying a firearm aimed where he thought Veronica and Donovan would be, he was facing multiple charges, and there was no way he was getting out of this one. Veronica came running out of the master bedroom directly into Donovan's arms. He wrapped his arms around her and told her, "I told you, I got you. You're safe with me."